The city lies battered, its skyline jagged against the darkening sky. Smoke curls from crumbled buildings, and fires flicker like dying stars in the twilight. Streets once filled with life are now empty, littered with debris and echoes of past battles. The wind carries a metallic tang, a reminder of destruction and chaos. Shadows stretch long and strange across the broken streets, twisting with every flicker of firelight. Silhouettes move in the distance, figures that hint at heroes and villains alike, their presence marked more by power than by identity. Energy pulses crackle through the air, leaving streaks of light that dance across shattered glass and cracked concrete. Somewhere above the city, a force watches silently. The weight of 100 battles pressing down, and yet its presence is calm, almost patient. Below, the hum of distant explosions and collapsing structures blends with the sound of sirens and the occasional echo of a voice calling out in fear or defiance. There is tension in the air, a sense that the next move will change everything. The city itself seems alive, breathing with a rhythm of urgency and dread. In dark alleyways and open squares, small hints of movement suggest survivors hiding, preparing, or simply frozen in shock. Every sound, every flicker of light, every shadow feels significant, as though the city itself is holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable clash that will come. Power radiates from unseen sources, glows of energy crackling in the distance, flames leaping from overturned vehicles, and the occasional pulse of a weapon being discharged. The night sky is alive with streaks of light, a silent dance of confrontation that hints at the epic struggle playing out above and below. Even the rain, light at first but growing heavier, seems to beat in rhythm with the city's uneasy pulse, drumming against rooftops, puddles, and broken streets, amplifying the tension. Moments of stillness make every detail sharper. The distant crash of falling metal, the faint shimmer of a shield in the darkness, the subtle shift of air as powers clash unseen. There is no hero or villain to focus on yet, only the weight of what is coming, the quiet before the storm. The city waits, tense and fragile, as unseen eyes scan the horizon, measuring, calculating, preparing for a moment that will shake everything. To its core, every corner holds the possibility of danger or revelation. Every shadow carries a secret. The city has been tested, scarred, and pushed to its limits, but it has not yet fallen. Its heartbeat continues, irregular, anxious, powerful. And above it all, the hum grows louder. The presence watching over it all becomes more tangible, suggesting that whatever is coming is unstoppable. The wind carries whispers, perhaps warnings, perhaps threats through streets and alleyways. Alike, flames reflect in broken glass, momentarily illuminating faces twisted in fear, anger, or determination. The city is a stage, and the actors, seen or unseen, prepare for the final act that will decide everything. Even without faces, without names, the weight of the moment is clear. The city, its defenders, and its enemies are on the edge of an abyss, teetering between survival and total collapse. The hum grows into a low roar now, blending with the crash of destruction, signaling that the time for hesitation has passed. The darkness is not just a backdrop, it is an active force, pressing down, hiding threats, revealing moments of courage, and amplifying every heartbeat, every pulse of energy, every breath taken in fear or defiance. The night waits with bated breath, and so does the city. The first hints of dawn struggle to break through the smoke-heavy sky, casting an eerie half-light across the shattered streets. Every corner tells a story of destruction, walls scorched, black windows blown outward, and vehicles overturned like discarded toys. The air is thick with dust and the faint metallic scent of blood, and it carries whispers of the battles that have already passed, of lives torn apart, and of powers unleashed without restraint. Somewhere in the distance, the faint glow of energy pulses against the ruins of a once proud skyscraper, flickering in rhythm with unseen movements. Shadows shift unnaturally as objects tremble and tremors ripple through the cityscape, each subtle motion hinting at forces beyond comprehension. The streets, though largely empty, are far from silent. Bits of debris clatter across cracked pavement, occasionally joined by the distant crash of crumbling structures or the eerie hiss of escaping gas. Through it all, the city seems alive, reacting to unseen threats with a nervous tension, as though it knows the scale of what is about to descend upon it. In one shattered plaza, a gust of wind sweeps across the ruins, sending a cloud of ash spiraling into the sky. Among the debris, a faint, glowing trace moves, lingering just long enough to suggest someone or something is tracking the chaos. Light catches on jagged metal, highlighting glimpses of symbols and insignias, hints of the heroes and villains whose presence has shaped this battleground. The energy in the air vibrates, not just as a hum of tension, but as a pulse that echoes through walls, floors, and the remnants of the city itself. There's a rhythm to it, like the steady beat of a drum, building slowly toward a crescendo that promises both destruction and revelation. The ground trembles, sending loose bricks and shards of glass skittering across the streets. And somewhere above, a powerful figure moves with silent precision, surveying, calculating, and preparing for the inevitable confrontation. The wind shifts again, carrying the distant screams of those still caught in the chaos, punctuating the deeper, almost inaudible roar of clashing forces beyond the eye's reach. Sparks flare in abandoned vehicles, illuminated briefly by crackling arcs of energy that slice through the early light. Even in this silence, tension builds as though every object in the city is holding its breath. From the rooftops, faint silhouettes of fighters glide or hover, their forms blurred by smoke and distance, giving only a suggestion of strength and intent. Shadows stretch unnaturally across walls and crumbled streets, creating illusions of movement where none exists, adding to the sense that danger could strike from anywhere at any moment. The cityscape itself seems to react, windows shivering, debris trembling as invisible energies surge through the air, hinting at powers that are both magnificent and terrifying. Somewhere, an explosion rocks a half-collapsed building, sending a plume of dust skyward, followed by the faint echo of shattering glass and bending metal. The ground vibrates with each distant impact, a reminder that the struggle is far from over. That forces unseen are drawing closer and testing every boundary of endurance. Yet among all the chaos, there are moments of strange clarity. Reflections of burning fires glimmer in puddles, briefly illuminating shapes of courage and defiance hidden among the ruins. A discarded piece of armor, scorched but intact, hints at the determination of those who continue to fight, while the shadows of larger figures loom over the wreckage, threatening, commanding, shaping the fate of the city with their presence. The tension grows almost unbearable as the city itself seems to hum in anticipation, each brick, shard, and silhouette part of an intricate pattern that points toward a final cataclysmic confrontation through the smoke, dust, and rising dawn. Light energy crackles visibly, arching through the air in jagged arcs, connecting broken structures like veins carrying raw, uncontrollable power. Every gust of wind, every trembling shadow, every distant sound signals that the city is no longer a place of rest. It is a stage, a living battlefield where unseen forces prepare to clash, and where survival is uncertain, fleeting, and fragile. The weight of what is coming presses down, not on heroes or villains alone, but on the city itself, every street, every ruin, every corner trembling under the anticipation of a storm that will not be contained.